Hi, friends. Chris Kelly here. Hey, it's that time of the week, maybe even a day early from last week. So I'm getting there. One day I'll actually do these on a Monday. Anyway, it is that time of the week. So I wanted to talk a little bit about stats, what's going on, and I just thought I would bring up, I guess what are you waiting for? If in fact you are waiting. I know I've brought this up in various ways before, but it's just something I want to touch on. But stats first. I want to compare 2022 to this early part of 2020 in particular because this was still pre-pandemic. So, new listing inventory is almost exactly the same. Pendings were actually quite a bit higher, which unsurprising. But in sold listings, it closed pretty similar. So, we're starting the year off like we were at the beginning of 2020 before things got shaken up by the front end of that pandemic. So, strong numbers. But, like I said, last month's inventory numbers were the lowest on record. And we had, 3 or 4 months of that last year where it was the lowest on record. So, average median days on the market, 15. So that number's coming up a little bit. But so is the median sales prices also, and average sales price is coming up. Average is at 6.25 and median's almost at 550. So those things continue to move up as inventory remains low. Again, what's going to change that? Well, more inventory. But I don't know that we're going to get a significant amount of more inventory. Again, kind of that lever pulling and pushing. How much of that's going to happen, and to what extent will it affect inventory? If we move rates too high too fast, it will affect inventory. Things will slow down. But I don't see it happening. In fact, I'm gonna attach a couple of things here to this, a couple of graphics or a couple of links rather. One of these is talking about annual existing home sales at an all-time high since 2006. Which was the 6 and into 2007 was kind of the peak of the last boom that we had before the recession. So I'm gonna put that out there. I'm also gonna put out a link to Brian Buffini, one of the guys that I listen to and have for 20 some years. He puts out a bold predictions video, and I don't think I've put this out. So I want to put a link out to that. And, there's a section in there where he has an interview with Dr. Lawrence Yun, who, I don't know if Lawrence Yun wrote this article or not, but Dr. Yun is the chief economist for NAR, for the National Association of Realtors, and sharp guy, one of the other guys that I listen to. As it is, he's one of the guys that Brian Buffini listens to. So, ever since the pandemic had started, Brian and Dr. Yun he's done multiple of these bold prediction videos with Dr. Yun. So this was the latest one that came out here at the beginning of the month. So I'll put that out for you as well. The long and short of it, and that kind of ties back into the question of, if you are waiting, what are you waiting for? It does not appear that pricing is going to come down. It's going to go up at a lower rate than it has been. And the extent to which that happens is the extent to which it becomes more expensive to borrow money, i.e. higher interest rates. So if you're looking for the sales price to come down, you better be a cash buyer, because if you're borrowing money, the price of waiting for that price to come down, if it actually does, is interest rates. The cost of borrowing money is going to go up. It's that simple. So if you're like the vast majority of buyers who are also borrowers in order to be a buyer, that's a giant consideration. So I would not get too hung up in, hey, I'm going to wait for the market to come down. Again, everybody's circumstances are truly unique. So if your circumstances are such that it makes sense to wait for some reason, totally understand. If you ever want to have a conversation about that, I'm happy to have it with you. I will give you my thoughts, give you my input and advice. Whether you choose to have me help you do something or not, I'm happy to help in that regard. So we are always here for you. There's that. At any rate, I think I'm just going to leave it at that for the week. Happy viewing. I usually don't put too much statistical stuff out just because it's easy to get off in the weeds on data and stats. But for somebody that really is interested in the details, what I'm putting out there as a link today will certainly satisfy said curiosity. So anyway, that said, I hope you and yours are staying well, and until the next time.